when I first got to high school, so my high school was grade 7 to grade 12. So when I got to high school, I really really wanted to be in the school play. It was like, oh my God, it's like my dream was like, oh, school play. Really wanted to be in it. So I auditioned every year, and in grade 9, I finally got a part. Well, I got a part the year before, but it was a like it was like on a video screen, so like I wasn't really involved. They just filmed it one day. Me and this other girl just filmed it, and then it was in the play, but like whatever. Anyways, I got like an actual part where I was like in the cast and like going to the rehearsals and stuff. So I get there and I'm like really excited, and the play, of course, ends up sucking. I have like a crappy part, but that's not even important. It's not even important, but what's important is the play was terrible. Number one, it was like this horrible script. The script was so bad, and this was a play. Like, this was a script meant for schools to perform as a play, and yet it had stage directions like the scarf turned into a butterfly and flew away. It's like, how is anyone supposed to depict this? This doesn't even make any sense. So that was the first problem. The second problem was that they just did not put any effort into this play. It was so bad. Like, no sets, like limited costumes, like just garbage, okay? Just total garbage. Okay, and the other problem, third and final problem, well, this wasn't really a problem because it kind of happened in my play too, but it was just kind of funny. So our drama teacher was like, oh, this play will be perfect because it's all, like, it's got this really diverse cast, and we have this school that has, like, a lot of, like, new immigrants, and it's a very diverse school. So it's like, we'll do this play about new immigrants, and then that'll be perfect. Which is true, we were a very, very diverse school, but we were not a very diverse drama department. So this play was written about African immigrants, and we had a lot of African immigrants in our school. Do you think a single one of them auditioned for the play? No. Who auditioned for the play? Well, who always auditions? The white kids, the Filipino kids, and the native kids. And that's it. So now we have this play all about Africans, and we have Filipinos, white kids, and native kids playing the parts. So it was a little bit awkward. We had a white kid as the lead, and then a Filipino girl played his mom. So, you know, that was interesting. That was, yeah. It was, you know, not really a problem, just kind of funny that her, like, idea kind of backfired on her. She's like, this will be perfect. Oh, wait, no. But, so I was very disappointed, to say the least. I was like, dude, this sucks. And every day, I ended up making a group of friends in the play, and we were kind of, I guess what you would call disaffected. We were like, every day, we just kind of would sit back in the, and we had like the smallest parts, so most of the time we weren't on stage. So we ended up kind of just sitting in the back, kind of just talking amongst ourselves like, man, this sucks. Like, we could do a better play than this. Like, this sucks. Me and Sky and this girl Megan were like, dude, this sucks. So I was like, why don't we just do our own play? So I was like, was he in full blackface? No, he was just a white kid, just saying he was from Africa. I don't know, maybe he was from South Africa, and his mom, you know, I don't know. So, anyways, so I was like, okay, I was like a very determined kid for some reason, and I was like, okay, let's do this, like, let's actually do this. And we would always talk about it, and I was like, no, like, let's actually do this. So at the time, I was in grade 9, so I was very I was very into South Park, as I'm sure a lot of grade 9 kids are or were at the time. And so I was really into South Park. So obviously I knew about this movie that Trey Parker had done called Cannibal the Musical, and it was now a stage show that you could like buy the rights to. And I was like, oh, that's perfect. So no, it wasn't a South Park play. It was Cannibal the Musical. So I got to the website and I wrote the guy who was Jason McHugh, who owned the rights, who was in the movie, and he was really, really nice. And he was like, no, this was like, no, dude, the movie wasn't even out in 1986. Shut up. This was like the 2000s, you dumbass. Okay, or no, it wasn't even that. It was like 2010, 2011-ish. Okay, so where the hell was I? Okay, so where the hell am I in this story? He was really nice, and he was like, he said we could have the rights for free, but there was no script that like existed. Basically how it goes is like you get the rights and then the script, like that's up to you. You get the songs and you get the stuff, but it's like script, that's up to you. So what I did, which, you know, looking back, maybe wasn't the best idea. But what I did for the script was I just transcribed the entire movie. So, like, I didn't change much. I changed a few things, but for the most part, every scene in the movie is just recreated word for word. So, I'm going to pull up maybe to kind of show you guys, like, what this movie looked like, so you can kind of get an idea. So this is Cannibal the Musical, Trey Parker. Basically, what it's about is this Alfred Packer was like a Colorado miner who led an expedition, and they ended up, you know, getting lost and eating each other, basically. He ate them, and he was convicted of... So you can see, like, all the other stage shows. It's more popular to do on stage now. Oh my god, they stole my thing! Okay, I did this way before it was popular, and look at this, they're stealing my stuff. Literally, lamb chop, that was my thing. I did that first, just pointing that out. Wow. Anyways, so this is the movie. These are the characters. These are the main characters. So you have Alfred Packer. You have Noon here, who's like the youngest one. You got Humphrey, played by Matt Stone, who's like the funny one. Then you got Swan, like the happy one, and Belle is like the one who goes crazy. And then these are the villains, the trappers. So they're like, you know, they're trappers. They're fur trappers, and they're the bad guys, basically. That's what you need to know. And I did one audition session. A bunch of random kids showed up, and I casted them all, and then we did rehearsals at my house every day after school. And so me and like 12 kids would take the bus home every day and go to my house every day after school and rehearse this play. And, you know, it was like, some of the kids ended up dropping out, and so I had to replace them. So I had this girl who was supposedly my friend. Okay, can you not text me right now? I'm trying to do a stream. How old were they? I was in grade 9, so I was like, stop texting me right now. I was in grade 9, so I was like 15, and then the kids were all between the ages of 15 and 12. Mom, don't! I have the pictures! I don't need you to text me the pictures. I have the pictures. Don't worry. I've got the pictures. Oh, I don't think I have this one, though, actually. So this is actually, you see, my lamb chop? How I did it first? But anyway, yeah, it was in between the ages of 15 and 12. So this girl who was supposed to be my friend, she was like, one day, like halfway through or more, like she was like, this is too hard. I'm gonna drop out. And she had brought her other friend they were playing like two of the major roles. And then they dropped out. And I was like, okay. And my brother was there every day after school with his friends anyways. So I kind of just like forced my brother and his friends to be in the play too. And then for the main female part, there was I was just basically, I told everyone, like, look, if you have anyone that can do this part, like, please just send me anyone. Like, I'm desperate at this point. We're like a few days away, like a week away from the show. We had a theater rented, everything was good to go, and we're like a week away, and the girl playing the female part and one of the male leads, they're gone. So I get my brother's friend to do the guy part, and then Megan, my friend, brings me this girl. She's like, okay, this is Tamara. She can do the part. I'm like, perfect. So Tamara is there, and she's doing the part, and then she's like, then like, she's doing fine, and then like, a day, she has hardly any lines, okay? And she memorized them like within 3 days. Within 3 days, it was Tamara Chambers. Within 3 days, she's off script and she's doing it just fine. And then literally the day before, our last rehearsal before going to the theater, she's like, by the way, I forgot all my lines. I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, I forgot all my lines. Like, what do you mean you forgot all your lines? She's like, I don't know, I forgot all my lines. I'm like, well, what are we supposed to do? So she's like, it's okay, I know what to do. I'm gonna pretend to be deaf. So she starts doing this like BS sign language. She does this. This is how she would do it. Like that. And I'm like, okay, so how we did it was everybody, Mom, I have the pictures. I don't need you to text these to me. So how we would do it is she would do her fake sign language, and then the person would just like repeat whatever her line was supposed to be. It was pretty funny. And so then, for the lead part, Alfred Packer. So I had mostly girls in the play, obviously, because that was mostly who like my friends were and who were agreeing to do it. So I had to cast most of the guy roles as girls playing guys. But for Alfred Packer, I was always like, I kind of want a guy to play Alfred Packer. So I was kind of holding out for a guy, and then we got to like a week before, and it was like, okay, obviously there's no dude who's going to do this. We had a few different people who said they would do it, and then they just didn't do it. There was this guy who wanted to do it, and then he came over to I have the pictures. He came over to the house, and it wasn't really a great first impression because my brother and his friends and one of my friends, Nat Nail, were drinking hot sauce and like running around, and he's like, this is totally unprofessional. I'm like, well, no shit. So we ended up flying my friend who was my friend like from kindergarten. She like agreed to do it. So she came out and did it. And she was like not a guy, and she was very, very feminine, and she played the part like very, very sincerely, and it's supposed to be like a very goofy play, and she was like very sincere. It was funny. So now I'm gonna show you guys some of the pictures. So this is my brother's friend playing one of the most important roles in the entire play, and his performance was great. It was like, it was fucking great. And then this is my friend Megan back here in the orange. She chose to play her character gay. I don't know if that really came across, but you know, that was her artistic choice. Then this is this was a grade 7 kid named Nat Nail who was like really, really excited. He was super excited to do it, and he never did like the school play or anything, but he was super excited because the play has like a lot of swears in it, and he was like very like, oh, get to swear in front of everyone, yes. I don't know, it was exciting for him. And then back here was my brother's other friend, who is just, he was just so tiny, and he's playing obviously the Matt Stone role. So here's a scene, a musical scene, and you can see this girl at the front is playing Alfred Packer, and then this girl is my friend Lila, who was very shy and she never talked ever. She originally was just going to do art for the play, but then we needed someone to play the horse, Leanne, who doesn't talk anyway, so she agreed to do it. And it's so funny. When you see the videos, you're going to laugh because she's so like, oh my god, it's just great. And then we have the fire, of course, made of cardboard. Oops. Yeah, here's more just like singing. You can see it actually looked good. So we had these painted backgrounds, which we projected onto the back, but the backgrounds were like rectangular, and they wouldn't, like the theater like refused to adjust. Like this screen went all the way across the back of the stage, but they wouldn't adjust the projector to make it fit. They were like, nope, it has to be square. Like, bitch, I'm paying you, but they wouldn't do it, whatever. And it looks decent. Okay, so this is, okay. So this character is a Mormon priest. Obviously, Trey Parker loves to put Mormons in his stuff. And so he's a Mormon priest, and I don't know if you can really see it, but this is the book we made. It says the Book of Mormon. And so what we did for this kid was the entire script is glued into this book. And so he does the entire play like this. Oh, gee, Packer, this doesn't look right, Packer. Like, super obvious. Doesn't even try to hide the fact that he's just reading out of the book. It's amazing. I love it. Some more. This is the trappers, the bad guys. Remember that I was showing you? This should be a meme. So now it's like, I have to talk about this because I just have to. This is sad. So this girl, her name was Rochelle. This was somebody, okay, so the girl playing Alfred Packer was originally supposed to play this part of the chief. And if you don't know the movie, in the movie, the joke is like there are a bunch of Japanese people pretending to be Native Americans, and we switched it to like Swedish people because I figured like a bad Swedish accent is easy for anyone to do. And so the girl playing the lead was supposed to play this role, but then she had to play the lead, so I needed someone to play this role, and somebody knew this girl, and she agreed to do it. And she was like a semi-professional actress, whatever. She did like real, like not just school plays, she did like actual plays. And, you know, she came on, she only had a few days to like learn the script or anything, and she ended up being one of the best performers in the entire play. She knew all her lines, she was really, really good. Like obviously she's a professional. And she didn't really like me that much, but she was just super, you know, she was a professional. So she was sort of like, I agreed to do this, so I'm going to do it. Yeah, and, you know, sadly, last year she passed away. She was pretty young. I think she was only 21. So, you know, that's sad. So I just, you know, I kind of have to mention that, which, you know, but, you know, like she was really, really good, and we can like appreciate the fact that she was a very accomplished and talented young woman before she died. Is the hair and makeup, it looks great. So this is the judge. So what we ended up having to do is, because the girl who was doing the fake sign language, she's supposed to have a song, and we're like, well, how are we going to do this? So in the scene, she sings the song right after the courtroom scene, which has me as the sheriff and this girl as the judge. So we were like, okay, how about we just have her in the middle doing her fake sign language, and we'll just sing the song for her, whatever. And that's what we ended up doing. She, as you'll see in the video, she did not do very well, but we'll get to that. Okay, these are the trapper costumes. These are great. So this is like a hat, like a feathery hat. And then there's these matching vests that we found at the thrift store with this weird scarf of like these furry little balls, and then there's like this fur hat. It's great. I think hopefully there's a shot. Oh, here's the snowman. So if you guys know the movie, you'll know the famous snowman song. And this is the snowman. So they're cardboard cutouts, and then they're on black, like they're glued to black boxes. You can like stack them up like blocks. So you can build the snowman. It's pretty cool. Here's her. This is the girl I was telling you about with the fake sign language. Here she is. I mean, hey, her costume looks great. That's about it. This is me. I played the sheriff. This is me singing the song. You can see in the background, these were the teepees. They say IKEA because they're Swedish. Yeah, that's me as the sheriff. That's Megan. That's just a nice picture. This is good. You can see the costumes. I mean, I don't care what you guys say. The costumes look good, okay? These costumes look really good. Oh, this is Sky as the main, like, evil trapper. So there's the lamb chop. You see how I did it first? You see how I freaking did it first? There's the dead lamb chop in her bag, and she's got this fur coat with this leopard scarf. These fuzzy slippers. Okay. So this is the first song of the play. This is Schwadwinkle Day. And, yeah, feel free to comment. I might be stopping the video to kind of add commentary, but let's just play it. This is supposed to be, like I said, it's supposed to be a goofy song, and she did it very, very sincerely. And pay attention to the girl playing the horse here, because her performance is just beautifully awkward. Do you love how there's no dancing, no moving around the stage, just perfectly still in the center? So how it's supposed to be is, this off to the side here is like the jail. So he's telling the story from jail. So she's supposed to be sitting there kind of watching the story, right? And so this is the perfect transition from the jail into the story. Except that she goes back into the jail. She goes back, and look at her. She doesn't know what to do. She's like, okay, I guess I'll leave. She's like, I don't know. Guess I'm gonna leave now. No clapping for that song. And then the other girl comes on, and she's like, what the fuck are you doing? So she's like, oh, right, I'm not supposed to be in here. So now they kind of awkwardly... See, it was a perfect transition where she could have entered and the scene could have started very organically, but instead it's just this awkward people standing around not knowing what to do.
Morning, Swan. Did you find any gold yet? Not in this gosh darn canyon. That's why a group of us are heading up to Breckenridge. Breckenridge in Colorado territory? That is the place. Say, you want to come with us?
Okay, so this is the scene where, this is the river crossing scene. So this is the scene where they cross the river. And this is not a song. This is you'll get to see kind of some of the acting on display here.
How are we supposed to get across it?
if we all go at once. So
Wait, we should check how deep it is. How deep do you think it is? 1 second.
Well, what the hell was that supposed to be?
I don't know. Maybe we have a wheelbarrow.
Oh yeah, we can take a wheelbarrow, build it into a boat, and then maybe we could ride it across and then build it back into a boat again.
Talk about wasting time. Don't be such a horse's ass. Sorry, Pecker, how deep do you think it is?
I don't know. But maybe we should just see what we can carry and go across.
Okay.
Let's all go at once, okay? So none of us will go downstream.
Yeah, someone will be there to catch them. Downstream? Ain't nobody going downstream.
This is gonna suck.
Okay, well, I'll go on 3, okay? Right. 1.
Okay, you guys. I love the 2-second pause between each line. It's because she jumped the script. So that rock throwing thing was supposed to be when he asked, how deep do you think it is? But then she did it like right at the beginning. So then when he asks, how deep do you think it is? No one knows what to say. So I just want you guys to prepare yourselves for so basically they have to cross a river. So I want you guys to see how we managed to accomplish this effect on stage with crossing a river. So let's take a look.
2. I want to do this. 3. Ah! Okay, straight in the straight line. It's cold. I can't feel my balls.
No.
Did you hear that also in the audience? Someone goes, oh my God!
Just the Colorado.
I can't feel my balls.
At the time, I don't think we realized how, because we just like, oh, this is funny, because we're like all like 12 to 15. We didn't really realize how uncomfortable the audience truly was. No, just random clips. Unfortunately, I don't have the entire musical. I had it filmed at one point, but I don't know where that file is. Yeah, so there's parts where you can hear I think there's somewhere in one of these clips, you can hear my brother backstage shouting into his mic going, what the fuck? So, yeah, the audience was actually quite uncomfortable looking back. There's definitely some parts where you're going to see, like, not so much like, this is funny laughter coming from the audience, but more like, we are extremely uncomfortable laughter. I can't imagine how awkward the swearing must have been. Oh, wait till you see the All I'm Asking For song. You're going to see some awkward laughing. Some great acting and some great singing in this scene.
some have said that Breckenridge's heaven upon earth was thankful.
Okay, so this is the kid I was telling you about who reads all of his lines out of the book. Just listen to the emotion in his performance. It's truly brilliant.
The Lord for him loaning it to us as long as we believed in him. Let's not forget the story from the Book of Mormon when Brigham Young planted many cornrows and the locusts started eating them, and then the Lord sent down a flock of seagulls eating them 15 at a time.
My goodness, what is that?
Oh, that's Lucky Larry. He was struck by lightning last night.
Gosh, do you think he's gonna be okay?
Now we can't let ourselves get discouraged. We see there's enough golden Breckenridge to build walls of it. The Lord works in mysterious ways, and I think this is a test of our will. My fellow Mormons know what I'm talking about. Trials and tribulations. That's what life's all about. Now we're gonna keep this one little thing from fulfilling our dreams.
Yeah!
Oh, Come on now, we've got to be strong, don't we?
No.
I'm telling you, we can still make it.
Our guide is dead.
Well, there's got to be someone around here that knows the territory of the dead. Anybody?
Say, didn't you say you're from Colorado Territory?
Well, I worked there for a little bit before.
Hey, this guy's from Colorado Territory.
Wonderful. What's your name, sir?
I'm Alfred Packard. This is my horse, Leanne.
There, you see.
Don't be stupid. Let's just go back to mining gear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's no gold here. When was the last time somebody made a strike?
I'll go.
No, it's too dangerous. Come on, son. We'll head out in the spring.
Dad, wait until spring all the gold will be gone. I need to go out now.
No, it's too dangerous. What if you run out of food? Or get lost?
But Dad, I can't be a little boy forever. Don't you understand?
No, I don't understand. Go ahead. Break your mother's heart.
Okay.
There, don't you see? This nice, young, don't you feel a little bit ashamed? This nice, young, raised.
Stupid.
Go on, laugh, that's fine.
Son, why don't you go?
Huh?
You always said you wanted to get out of Utah.
Oh, I did.
I distinctly remember you saying you wanted to get out of Utah. Go listen.
Oh, I did.
Son, don't argue. If you go now, you could stake a claim that me and your brother can come out in the spring.
Come on now, who's with me?
Son, don't argue. He's in.
Wonderful, that makes 5.
Good luck. You'll need it. Say, when do we leave? The sooner the better, I'd say.
Well, let's ask our new guide, Mr. Packer.
Well, I guess I'm ready whenever you guys are.
Let's get packing.
Well,
Okay. I just want you to prepare yourselves for the show-stopping singing performance you are about to witness. It's a long, long way for us to go, but if we don't try, we'll never know.
Never know. Stay optimistic, set our goals high. There's nothing we can't do if we aim for the sky is blue in all the things that we. The air's as pure as a baked potato. We think we know exactly what we do. When we say it's such a joyful day. It's such a joyful day.
Okay, guys, come on, don't be mean. Like, a lot of these kids have never even performed before, okay? And he's got his face buried in the book the entire time. I think it just kind of adds to the charm, in my opinion. This is the Cyclops scene. So this is the scene where they encounter a Cyclops. And it's not awkward at all. I promise you guys, not awkward at all. Let's take a look at this.
so I was leaving as a stopwatch. But then I got us kind of lost.
This doesn't look right, Packer.
Can't go on anymore. We're starving.
We're almost there. We're headed the right way.
Canyon is so beautiful.
Come on, guys, just a little bit further.
You know, I've lost count of how many times you've said that.
It's not that much farther. We're almost there.
This trip can't get any worse from here.
Don't say that.
Yeah, you gotta be optimistic. Look on the bright side. Bright side. Look around. There is no bright side. And you, across it, working the rest of us, how can you even be so cheery? You gotta be close now. I can't go on. I need food. Can't. You never know how much fun you're having until after. Sheep.
No, to kill.
I know, I have to think of the pitch. Come here, little Anto. Here, girl.
What are you waiting for? Shoot it.
I can't watch this.
You shoot it. Turn around.
Ah!
Haven't done it yet.
Looking at my eyes!
No!
Are you looking at my eyes?
No!
You're a soldier, did this to me in the big one, and you fight for the Union Army?
Shucky dang darn.
So you boys been killing me all my sheepies with those traps?
No,
we just got
here.
Where are you from?
Nashville.
Oh, it's good to see some Southern boys. Oh, wish I was in the land of cotton town, where things are not forgotten. Look away, look away.
You stupid yank.
You ain't Southern boys!
Okay. No, of course the school wouldn't let us use their space. We're like swearing up a storm. Plus, they didn't have a space. When we did the school play, our teacher would rent a theater as well, so we didn't actually have a place. We had a stage in the gym, but it was full of workout equipment. Okay, so I better get a big donation after this because I'm about to show you my cringy teenage singing, which was actually even worse than it normally was because I'm super nervous. And I'm singing and she's in the middle doing this. Well, you'll see. But yeah, I better get a big donation after this because this is like really embarrassing. All I can say is that this is freaking embarrassing.
All about it. Come on.
You see how I have to like push her to the right direction? She doesn't know what to do. See, this is what, look at this. I'm like positioning her. So there, do you see her sign language? There's her sign language.
Why should I care?
What is this magic I feel? Seems no matter what I ask, it finds me. It's the memories of homes inside me. Makes me want once more. He's just a quiet man, but his eyes can see right through. It's true that I feel pity. Could it be something more? Safe as an island, far off to sea. I don't
Look, I'm gonna turn her around. Look at her, look at this. She pulls down the skirt. Look at this is my favorite. She has no idea what to do. Okay, so what I did here was I was kind of hoping that the spotlight would now go on her because we're both singing. Me and the girl in the black are both singing. You can't hear her at all. You can only hear me. And I would just like to point out that she is mic'd. I am not mic'd. She is mic'd and I am not. And you can only hear me. This is the best. Look at this. This is the best part. Oh, wipe the nose. Wipe the nose some more. Yep. Wipe it good. Look at this. She claps! She claps! I just, again, want you to pay attention to the brilliant acting performance in this scene.
So I was wrong about the ridge, but... Hey, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, they were gonna kill me after you left. They attacked me, so I had to defend myself. Well, it looks like the survival of the strongest, right? Doctor? Maybe it's for the best, I mean. Now we have enough meat to last for weeks, hell, maybe even maybe till summer. Yep. The Lord works in mysterious ways. We can. We could say we lost these boys, bury their bodies, and no one will find out.
You know, we're gonna have to tell somebody.
Don't be stupid, man. No one will believe this. Don't forget, you ate Swan too. If anybody finds out about any of this, they'll hang us both.
Well, I mean, we could just say you killed them, right? So we could just say it was self-defense.
That's not how I remember it. And I'm not let some ignorant pope ruin my chance of becoming a priest.
You know what? I think you've really lost it, Belle. I mean, really lost it. And I don't think that you killed these guys in self-defense either. I think you just killed them.
You're not telling anybody. Ever again.
And so, I lived at the camp for weeks, still in search for Leanne. I went to each town. Every one of them just fixed me up and sent me off to the next town. Then, I got real close.
Oh my god. How did you let that kid just take the script on stage? He had to, okay? He pretty much had to. But I kind of, again, I think it just adds to the charm, the fact that his nose is buried in that book the entire time. And exactly, the dramatic book snap where, like, when he's about to die, he just snaps the book closed. Man, close the book, he's getting real confident with his part. You guys are gonna like this one.
The snow just got deeper and deeper. And I started to realize that the men were probably starting to lose some hope.
Excuse me, I've been doing some thinking. And I've discovered that we're completely fucked. Has anyone else made this discovery?
Can't go on anymore. I can't. I'm gonna die. I don't wanna die. The snow is deep in places. Sometimes the world is black, and tears run from our eyes. And maybe we'll get really sick, and maybe we'll all die. So let's build a snowman. We can make him our best friend. We can name him Tom, or we can name him George. We can make him tall, or we can make him not so tall. Snowman. He'll have a happy face, a happy smile, a happy point of view. If you build me a snowman, then I'll build one for you. Let's build a snowman. We can make him our best friend. We can make him tall, or we can make him not so tall. We can name him Bob, or we can name him Beowulf, the snowman. Hey! Have a happy face, a happy smile, a happy point of view. If you build me a snowman, then I'll build one for you.
So there you go. That's the Let's Build a Snowman sequence. Kind of the signature song of the show. This is, but it's some sort of scene. So let's just take a look at it.
Is this your horse? Yep. Birdie. I'm Alvin Pat. You're French. No. Oh. We're just stalking through your quaint little town here on the way to Colorado Territory. Colorado Territory? Well, I'm leaving a trip there myself. Whereabouts? Breckenridge. Is that your Sawatch? Sawatch is, yeah, near Sawatch. See, if you dudes want to trade some furs for the trip, we've got rabbits and beavers. Ah, how horrible!
Hey, where'd you guys get all those little dead animals?
We trapped, stupid.
Poor rabbits. Figured you were all trappers too. She's an Arabian, ain't she? Yes. Arabian's a trapper horse. It is? Yeah. Well, we're miners.
You diggers?
Trap horse ain't supposed to be with no diggers.
Well, it's better than being a trapper. Miners. Well, what's it like to be a trapper anyways? Awesome. Geez, a bunch of miners wandered through the Rockies in the middle of the winter. That's rich.
I'll say.
Don't you boys know how scary the mountains are? What you gonna do if you run into Indians or Cyclopses?
There's no cyclopses in the Rocky Mountains, is there, you guys?
I'm not scared of anything. We have Jesus on us.
Oh well, if you're not afraid of anything. Have a nice trip, boys.
Bye. Bye.
Oh, wait.
You're stupid. Go away. Are there any topics that we shouldn't ask? No, you can ask anything. So, if you notice there was, she forgot her line. So she just tried to make something up. So she's like, well, what's it like to be a trapper anyways? And the trapper goes, the girl, she goes, awesome. And then you can see the other girl, they start to laugh.
Man, I just can't wait to get to Breckenridge to see all those pretty women. Is that all you care about? Well, I've been riding and hiking around with my dad for ages. I mean, the only people we ever see are guys. I mean, I think the only time we've ever actually seen women is in Salt Lake City. And women there are just so bored. I mean, I'm 19 now. I just want to get in there and see what it feels like, you know.
Well, young man, if there's half as much gold in those hills that people say, you'll be rich, and you won't have a problem finding that.
I know that there's more to life than women. I just can't seem to figure out what else there is. I don't need it every night. Every morning would be just fine. That's all I'm asking for. That's all he's asking for. Something I can test. A gal would suit me best. A girl to love and hope. That's all I'm asking for.
Now, I want to be rich for the sake of women. I want to be rich for the sake of our Lord. And not to build a church where everyone can come. And not for the Lord, that's all I'm asking for. That's all I'm asking for.
That's all he's asking for. There's something we need more. We gotta build up and we fight the
That's all I'm asking for.
He does not make a gazillion dollars.
Let me explain what just happened there. So you probably heard like the mumbling. So what happened was he didn't remember any of the words to his part of the song. So he just stood up, said nothing as the music played, and then he went, that's all I'm asking for.
Yeah, he doesn't know where he lives. That's all I'm asking for.
That's all he's asking for. We're tired of being sick. We're sick of being poor. We've had a little luck, now we want a little more.
just want to make enough so I can open up the shop on my own, carry on the family trade. Butcher? Never had much in the way of friends or family. My horse is the only friend I've ever known. I'd like to build a ranch in the Rocky Mountain air. A home for us, that's all I'm asking for. That's all we're asking for. That's all we're asking for. We're tired of being sick. We're sick of being bored. We've had a little luck, now we want a little more. Enough so we don't do anything anymore. That's all we're asking. That's all we're asking. That's all we're asking for.
Let me kind of explain the hang the bastards scene. So it's supposed to be the scene where everyone in town sings. So you'll notice a lot of the kids who were playing these guys who all end up dying. They are wearing different costumes. They're playing townspeople, and there's the trappers. There's this girl, I think, and there's basically it's just everyone in town, the judge and the sheriff and all these people. Once again, I'm singing the loudest, so you can hardly hear anyone else. And then there's also a part that everyone just doesn't know. And so, yeah, you'll see. I kind of carry this scene. It's a little bit embarrassing, but also there's a scene before it that you'll like where they're at the bar. So let's take a look.
Oh, they tell me you lost the rest of your crew. Kind of misplaced them, didn't you? Now you're just kind of hanging back. Having a little drinky poo, huh?
I'm not having a drinky poo. Leave me alone.
Not only did I get here 2 months ahead of you, Packer, but I got here with everyone I started with.
Tell me, Frenchie, how does it feel to be riding my horse?
Come off it, Packer. Everyone in town has ridden your horse.
Why are you?
You're gonna pay for that, Digger.
Packer! You lied to me. They found bodies up on the Mongolian Pass. They were eaten. I'm taking you downtown, cannibal.
You little bastard! Now you must die!
Oh my god. So you can hear my brother going doot doot into his microphone for some reason.
Come on, Packer. It's time for the show.
But what about that lady?
What, you mean Holly Pride? She went back to Denver.
Denver.
Yeah, come on.
I still don't know why I picked up that stool and brought it across the stage. I don't.
Hang the bastard, hang him high. Hoist his body to the sky. It's as nice as a day can be. Won't you come to the hanging with me? Hang the bastard, hang him well. Send his story sold to hell. When his neck bone snaps, we'll know that the cannibal won't be killing anymore. We'll watch from up here to get a good view. When his eyes bulge out, we'll know it's the end of the show. So, hang the bastard, hang with cheer. We'll make some hot dogs and drink a few beers, and when something goes up, we'll know that the cannibal won't be killing anymore. Same thing. This town has seen in years. When his body stops jerking, we'll know it's the end of him. It's the end of him. It's the end of him, and the end of the show. Cowbell solo. This trip is great. So, hang the bastard, hang him low. Hoist his body to the sky. It's as nice as a day can be.
point out, they are mic'd. I am not mic'd. They are mic'd, okay? So remember how I said in the original movie and the original script, they're supposed to be Japanese people pretending to be Native Americans. So we switched it to Swedish people. So I just want you to pay attention to these Swedish accents that these kids are going for.
Hiya, hiya, hiya. I reckon you're the heroes of the stop.
Hey, gotcha.
What the hell? Who are you? We are Indians. Yes, but who? You don't think we are Indians? Well, yes. We have teepees. Look at all the teepees we have because we are Indians.
Yeah, that's true.
Where are you going? What is your destination? Breckenridge.
It's a small town east of you.
Oh, I know. It's all the gold, yes? That's the place.
Wait, you guys, let me talk to him. I know how to speak Indian.
We're good.
Whipwa, Sarah no Hapo.
What on earth?
He says, welcome to the land of blue light.
You be sleeping in the fish's sea?
Oh, I'm a carpenter, and this is my brother Paul.
We're dead. So, you know what? Hey! Ask them if they have seen a horse with a freckled nose and a long tail.
He doesn't know what you're saying.
Oh.
He doesn't know what they're saying.
Are you assholes? So they speak English. Mm-hmm. Have you seen anyone else come out through here? Yes. 10 days ago, some crazy assholes like yourself came through here. What assholes? I think they were trappers.
Well, where are they?
They will need some clothes for the night. Junichi will take you to see them. But don't take too long because dinner is in 1 hour. Okay? Okay.
Thank you, Chief. Yeah, yep. I like your feather. Yep.
I love how they're all standing in a line so the audience can only see 2 of them at a time. Yes. Hey, you're my mod. You can't be mean to me. What was I gonna say? Oh, if that scene didn't make sense to you, it's because they did it backwards. Okay, so like the script, so let's say there's like page 12 and then there's page 13. They somehow ended up doing page 13 and then page 12. So that's why the scene doesn't really flow or make any sense. But I still love it. So this is the ending of the
Excellent song, everybody. Now, let's get on with the hanging!
Yeah!
Here she is.
What are you doing? A state of execution? Ordered by the
Look at the
governor?
sign language.
Why? The events that this man is is being hung for took place before Colorado was made into a state? This was all Ute Indian reservation!
Does it mean I'm not gonna die today?
It does! No, Mr. Mills, it's you who's out of line? Since you knew about this the entire trial? Because I've learned something about helping people instead of manipulating them.
Gosh, how can I ever repay you?
You already have, Packer, you already have.
God bless us, everyone.
The sky is blue and all the leaves are green. My heart's as warm as a baked potato. I'm sure you know exactly what I mean when I say it's such a doingle day.
Hey, you can't do that, lady. What do you think you're doing here? These people came to see some good violence, and by golly, we're gonna get some. Yeah!
You are a very bad man. Chief, how'd you get here?
Your friend told me where you were going.
Leanne!
I'll get her for you, Alfred.
No, don't worry about it. I don't need her anymore.
You don't want your horse?
No. Need a horse, Chief?
Sure.
I've realized something today. I don't need Leanne anymore. All I really need is someone who really cares about me.
The sky is blue and all the leaves are green. My heart's as full as a baked potato. I'm sure you know precisely what I mean when I say it's a spadoingle day. When we say it's a spadoingle day.
So that's the big ending. So now we're gonna see some bows, and you guys are gonna get to let's see the bows here. So here we have this kid who you could barely hear. He was great though. There's Chief and Tiny Tim. Me and Leanne the horse. There's Dale and there's them. And then she goes up with the trappers for some reason. That nail goes up again. And here's our two leads. Look at that. We got a standing ovation, okay? That's how good we were. How long after this did it get on Broadway? I know, right? It was so good.
On her last legs and frostbitten from head to toe. Until somebody suggested that we eat our shoes.
Well, I'm not eating my fucking shoes.
They said that the salt in the leather would hold us over for one more night. But it was enough to keep us alive for one more night. We had to do it.
You know, we're just pull on with the example. Die. Every day. No more. Nothing.
The Lord works in mysterious ways.
You realize how sweet that sounds when it's everything to you. I know what we should do. What? Let's build a snowman. We can make him our best friend. We can name him Shannon Winston Bell. We can make him tall, or we can make him not so tall. Snowman.
That sound effect like blew out everything. Not lying, I've seen theatrical films with worse acting. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, they were pretty good. Like, they gave it their all. Like, you gotta give them that. Oh, she landed on the mic. That's what happened. Yeah, that makes sense. And if Sky, who you've seen on my streams before, she's playing the main trapper. And the reason she sounds so nervous, she actually told me this a few years ago, or actually last year, that it was because she was nervous about saying the word balls. She didn't want to say the line about balls. So that's why she's nervous. So let's take a look at this song.
Stupid miners. Crap.
Hate trappers.
Hate miners. I don't even know what it means to be a trapper. Yeah, tell him, French. I can catch a helpless animal, skin it with my bare hands. I wake up muddy and go to bed bloody, 'cause I'm a trapping man. I can brave up nastiest weather, even if it's 80 below. My paw was an elephant, but that's irrelevant. My mom was an Eskimo. I eat rabbit's head for breakfast, leave her butt on the side. My mind's been gripped and my body's no different. I'm full of trapper pride. Yo ho, yo ho. Rip their fur, cut their skin with my knife. Yo ho, yo ho. One thing's for sure, there's nothing like a trapping life. I'm better than the baddest sailor, with Wonder Woman 10 feet tall. Balls of thunder, chest of wonder, and balls of thunder can break right through a wall. Stepping on an animal's head. Sometimes they scrap, sometimes they whimper, but they always end up dead.
Somebody who didn't get pushed around. Now that I'm the meanest guy.
Second meanest. The blood of a fresh-killed rodent is as sweet as brandy wine, and the brain of antelope tastes like cantaloupe. What a yummy lie! Yo ho, yo ho. Rip their fur, cut their eyes out with my knife. Yo ho. Stop. I agree. Nutter was singing in the wrong tone.
It was Lazarhauser. I was singing an E-flat minor.
The song is in F sharp major.
I think they're the same thing. I mean, E flat is relative of F sharp.
No, it isn't. The relative minor is 3 half tones up, not down.
No, like it's 3 half tones down, not up. Like A is the relative of C major.
But isn't isn't A sharp in C major?
No.
Wait, are you singing Mixologian scales or something?
No, A sharp is tonic to C major. It's the 6th.
No, it isn't.
It would be raised like a 13th if anything.
Oh well, you guys are just a bunch of loser minors anyhow.
Not right.
Hate minors.
So, the ending there, where they're supposed to be like arguing about what key the song is in, you can just tell that they all have no idea what they're talking about. They're just, I love these, like, are you singing in Mixologian scales or something? To be fair, it's pretty impressive you put all this together. I know, right? I mean, look at these trapper costumes. And you can't really see it, but they all say trapper on the back in glitter glue. It's pretty awesome. This kid was in my school, and he actually wore this vest like every day to school after the play. Oh, this is the last scene I have to show you. This is another scene with, well, let's just take a look. This is the final scene we have.
Hey, Chief. So, when are you gonna be able to use this stuff on, like, 2 big guys, but 1 short but tough guy? You mean those crazy packers? Yup.
Okay, so she was supposed to be saying trappers. Crazy trappers. For some reason, throughout this entire scene, she keeps saying packers.
Parker, we don't use these skills I teach you to become bully. Understand? Yes.
Yeah, I'm in the tough and mean-spirited, and I'm a really sensitive artist.
That is very interesting. That is very interesting too.
No idea what I'm thinking.
That is very interesting. Besides, you have nothing to worry about. Those crazy packers left this morning. They what? I told them they shouldn't go, but they left anyway, those crazy packers. You're kidding. You're not kidding. I have to go tell the others. You guys, we have to go. I mean, we should be going.
No way, no way.
Let's think about this. If the trappers saw a break in the wind in the storm, this could mean something. This could be the last chance to get out of here for months.
It's the middle of winter. You heard the kid. He said this thing. He said clearly.
Now calm down. Okay, I mean Breckenridge can't be that cold, right?
What? You're leaving too? You're crazy. Like the Packers. Crackers.
No, she says crackers.
If he stopped being a little sex-starved Mr. Pervert, we would have got it.
Okay.
Let's get going.
Okay.
You have enough food for the trip, yes? Yes. Thanks, Chief.
See you later.